guys, welcome back to my channel. Just another day with me, Danny. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a Valentine's Day treat for ourselves because other people, we're going to be making some delicious red velvet cake bites for ourselves this Valentine's Day. Alright, let's get this video started. Alright guys, so this is the part where I'm going to show you what ingredients you need to make the red velvet cake. So the first thing that you need is just all-purpose flour. The next thing that you're going to need is just some plain sugar, then just some table salt, and we've got some baking soda. We're also going to need some cocoa powder and some baking powder. Then we're going to use 2 100-gram bars of dark chocolate. Moving into the kind of like wet ingredients, we're going to need some milk, canola oil, and we're going to need some vinegar, 2 eggs, and last but not least, some red food coloring. Okay, so the next step, I'm going to show you guys the ingredients that you'll need to make the cream cheese icing that we're going to use to put into the cake bites. The first thing is going to be a big bag of icing sugar. The next thing that you're going to need is some vanilla, and then a brick of cream cheese, and then a stick of butter or margarine. Alright, so the next set of ingredients I'm going to show you guys are for when we cover the cake bites at the end and decorate them. So the first thing that we're going to need is obviously some white chocolate, and I just picked this up at my local Walmart, obviously. This was the cheapest for the most product, so yeah. We're going to need a lot of chocolates. And then I also got some milk chocolate as well, and I got two of those. I then went to my local Michael's and picked up some really cute little sprinkles. This was the first set that I got. They're just kind of like crystal clear plain sprinkles to decorate the cake bites. Then just got some plain mixed color. They're just like the little round ones. And then I got some hearts. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. The bottle isn't clear, but those ones are little mini different colored hearts as well. Alright, so this part I'm going to be putting together all the dry ingredients for the red velvet cake mixture, except for the sugar. So we're going to start with the flour, and we're just going to sift it into the bowl. Alright, so the next thing we're going to throw in is the baking soda and the baking powder, the salt. Just going to sift that in, and then we're going to throw in the cocoa powder. The next step for the cake batter, we're going to do all the wet ingredients. So we're just going to pour in the oil, the egg mixture, the buttermilk, that I actually just made with regular milk by adding some vinegar to it. That turns it into buttermilk if you let it sit for a little bit. We're just going to whisk that up, and then we're going to pour in the sugar. Once all the wet ingredients are added together, we're going to go back to the dry ingredients and just add that to this bowl. And then you're going to want to whisk that all together. Okay, once our is mixed together, we're going to go ahead and melt the 2 dark chocolate bars, and we're just going to pour that into the mixture. And like I always say, the more chocolate, the better. The next step is to go ahead and prepare your pan that you're going to bake the cake in. I have a 9x13 pan that's already been pre-lined and sprayed with just like regular oil spray. I'm going to go ahead and put the mixture into the pan so it looks like this. We're going to bake this at 350 degrees Celsius for about half an hour to 45 minutes until it comes out done. Okay, so While the cake is baking, we're going to make some cream cheese frosting, which we will need some icing sugar. I'm just going to put that in the bowl. We're also going to need a package of cream cheese and a stick of butter, as well as a teaspoon of vanilla. Now I'm just going to go ahead and whip that up in my KitchenAid mixer because ain't nobody have time to mix by hand. So this is what your cream cheese icing should look like after it's already mixed up. And apparently I'm an idiot and forgot to add the red food coloring to the red velvet cake batter. So that's okay because this is a happy mistake, and I'm just gonna add the red food coloring into the icing and then we'll put that into the cake. Okay, so once the cake has finished being baked and cooled, you're just going to want to cut it into cubes so it looks something like this. And then we're going to go ahead and add this really pink icing that I made because, you know, forgot to put the food coloring into the cake mixture before baking it. But that's alright, this way it's going to be even better. And so I have about half a cup of icing and I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. Because if you add too much to the cake, it will just be ruined. Once you've added the icing in, your cake mix should look like this. It should hold some bit of form if you kind of like stab it with the spoon. It should kind of stick together. If it doesn't, then you've probably f***ed it all up, but your girl here, Danny, knows what she's doing, so obviously mine looks amazing. So for this part, you might want to grab like a cutting board or something you can put on your counter because this section may get a little bit messy. So once we have our cake batter that's all mixed together with the icing, we're actually going to shape them into the shape that we want to cover them in chocolate. So I just got this cute little chocolate mold because I'm extra and want to be bougie. You can use either a cookie cutter or you can shape them by hand. They don't even have to be heart shapes. I just thought it'd be really cute. So for this part, we're actually going to start filling the chocolate mold with the cake mixture. And I chose to put gloves on because your girl ain't about to get her hands dirty, but you can just wash your hands and do it without gloves if you don't have any. I just happen to have some in my cupboard. And we're just going to start filling the mold. You want to make sure you push it down all the way so that there are no cracks when you take it out later. And you can just pinch off the extra if there is any, and then just make it as flat as you can. That way it'll look nicer once it's covered in chocolate. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill the rest of these. Alright, so once this bad boy has been filled, we're actually going to pop it into the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes until they become more solid, and then we can take them out and cover them in chocolate. Alright, so after they've been in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes, you're just going to take them out and pop them out of the mold, just like that. I suggest pushing it from the bottom, otherwise they tend to tear. Once the cake bites are out of the mold, they're ready to be covered in chocolate. So the next step that you want to do is prep your sprinkles for when your cake bites are covered in chocolate. That way you can decorate them how you like it. Alright, so the next step that we're going to be doing is actually covering the cake bites in chocolate. So you're just going to want to melt your chocolate on a double boiler until it looks kind of like this. I had to add some coconut oil to my chocolate because it was getting all hard and weird and lumpy, but you know, your Danny girl, we saved it, so we just put some coconut oil in there. I've also melted some more chocolate and added some food coloring to it. This one is pink. Alright, so for the decorating part, you're just going to want to take a cake bite and just throw it in the bowl. And then we're just going to take a fork and scoop it over so that it's completely covered in chocolate. Then we're just going to shake the excess chocolate off. And then we can put it down on the cookie sheet. And then you can add some sprinkles if you like. So they're just gonna look like that. And then I also have some white chocolate going as well. Alright guys, this is my finished product after the cake bites have dried with the chocolate on them. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way that they turned out. They're super cute. So this is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I did making it. Hopefully you guys will try this recipe out at home, either for yourself or for someone else. And before I forget, hit the subscribe button and or the like button if you want to see more from me in the future. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.